Reading the Psalms will enlarge my desire and my ability to worship God. This book was, after all, Israel's hymnal. It was their liturgy for worship. Reading the New Testament, we see that the same thing took place in the early church. When Christians gathered to pray and gathered to worship, they quoted this book more than any other. Jesus came right out and said to his disciples point blank that the Psalms were largely written about him. In Luke 24:44, he said to his disciples, "Everything must be fulfilled that was written about me," he said, "in the law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms." And in the 2,000 years of church history, believers have turned to this book to inform its worship. In fact, did you know that there was a period of time in early American history where in many a Protestant church, the only worship that was allowed was the literal singing, line by line, of the Psalms. And they were chanted, really. And get this, Andrew, listen, if you dared to write a song and put it in your own words, in your own poetry, if it didn't come straight from the Bible, chances are that you were soundly rebuked, even hounded from the church. There was no Hillsong, no elevation worship back then. Thank goodness we've moved beyond that phase, but it goes to show you how important the Psalms were for the church and its worship. The Psalms give us specific instruction in how to worship. We're to use our bodies. The Psalms say, clap your hands, all ye people. Bow before him. Even dance. We're to use our emotions in worship. Shout to God with a voice of triumph. And there are times in our public worship where that's appropriate to do that. Be still and know that I am God, the Psalms say. And there are times when that is appropriate as well. And the Psalms are filled with what are called Psalms of Lament, where the writer cries out to God in their sorrow or their anguish. And there are certainly times when that is the fitting way to worship God as well. The Psalms will enlarge our vocabulary for worship. You'll learn what is called the language of Zion. Many a believer struggles sometimes to really know what to say when you worship God. There was a chorus back when I was in college, and it was titled, "Heavenly Father, I Appreciate You." Gee golly, great God of the universe, you're really nifty. I really appreciate you, big guy. You read the Psalms, and you'll be able to do better than that. A commentary I once read, and this quote's so good I put it on your note sheet. The book of Psalms is God's prescription for a complacent church, because through it he reveals how great and wonderful and magnificent, wise and utterly awe-inspiring he is. If God's people before Christ could have such faith in the Lord, how much more should it be true for us? The book of Psalms can revolutionize our devotional life, our family patterns, and the fellowship and witness of the Church of Christ. I like that.